Welcome to The Truth, Mark here, and I'm in Snuff Mills, but I'm not going to be doing an investigation. Oh no, we've done loads of those. We're going to go into the history of why we investigated this place. I'm going to go through Snuff Mills and talk about all the things from the past and all its haunted history. Come on, let's go. To any ordinary person, looks like a car park. But if we go back as far as the 11th century, this was in fact once a quarry. And the quarry is not just in this area, but it went throughout all of Snuff Mills, and you will still see areas in the rocks and the formations of the rocks where you could tell that people would have quarried it out. Now there is a story that 2 children actually drowned in the quarry when they got trapped and it filled up with water. Interestingly enough though, on occasion we have actually had EMF spikes here. Does that mean something? Who knows? There's people out there that don't want anyone to know the dark history of Snuff Mills. However, there is a story that 2 children, June and Royston Shesby, were killed and their bodies were dumped down here in Snuff Mills along a river bank much like this. They were both reported missing on the 1st of July 1957. Their bodies were found in a shallow grave not far from the river bank, and going by the records of what's online, it pinpoints it as being somewhere along this stretch. The killer was never found, but they do suspect that perhaps somebody may have escaped from the nearby asylum that could have had something to do with it, but there was not enough evidence to go any further with this. We have come down here before, and this is one of another spots where EMFs have started to go off, and when we came down here with 2 people that were mediums, they actually stopped in this area and said that they felt like there was a change.
I don't know what it is, it's just like through the start of something, to be honest. Just walk through
like an invisible
like an
of...
invisible start line. I don't know what it is. It just from there to over here is just a vast change of energy.
Now this is the only mill left in Snuff Mills. It was one of 3, I believe. This one though was not actually used to produce snuff. Now we've never had any activity in this particular area, and there's a resident that lives just behind here which I've spoken to in the past, and he says that he's never heard or witnessed any strange things at this point of the journey. But the other mill is mentioned here, which was related directly to Snuffy Jack, which is further up the river towards where Halfpenny Bridge is, which is where we're going to go to now. So this area here just before Halfpenny Bridge is where Witherley Mill would have been located, and this is the mill that Snuffy Jack would have been a worker at. If you don't know who Snuffy Jack is, the reason he was called Snuffy Jack is because his coats that he would wear would always be covered in snuff from doing all the work, and snuff was something that was used back in the day as like a tobacco, the thing that you would breathe up your nose. And this is an area here where they would have made it, and he is said to be one of the few people that supposedly haunt down here. And I believe that this here, where this wall is, and an area further down here, is parts of where the mill used to be, and this is areas which are still part of it. So this is it, Halfpenny Bridge. The reason it's called Halfpenny Bridge, because it used to cost half a penny to go across it. This area is the hotspot of all activity down here, including the area right next to us here. Supposedly haunted by Elizabeth Somerset, June and Royston, Snuffy Jack and the monk. The monk was said to be an individual that was a Catholic, and at the time he was doing things which were a bit taboo, and he went to go hide in one of the priest holes. Story says that he got trapped and died, and his spirit is said to be seen on this bridge as a hooded figure. I'm yet to see it, but we have caught very strange occurrences down here, which some people may believe that it's linked directly to him. Elizabeth Somerset, the Duchess of Beaufort, she in the past was known to come through here on her horse, and it was an area that she liked to visit frequently. She is another spirit that's said to be seen down here, and people have reported hearing the hooves of her horse. Others have reported hearing her screams. The two children, June and Royston, are also said to be down here and be playful spirits. Some reports have mentioned that on occasion they might come up to you, tap you on the shoulder or tap you on the legs. Others say that they've actually heard voices of children. In one of our episodes we did capture something strange like this, but was it them? We can't say.
What is that?
And this is the area in which we did hear the two voices that we couldn't indicate exactly where they were coming from, but some may say that it could have been the voices of June and Royston. We don't claim that any of these spirits are actually here, but it is the reason why we came down here, to try and find out if truly there was something down here. More recently, we have found items hanging from the trees in this area as well, which indicate that people do come down here and perform some type of ritual. It has been linked to potentially people performing things to do with the elements and the elementals, creatures such as fae, trolls, goblin and all the alike. We have captured strange pictures down here of strange raggled type things. Could this possibly be one of those? We don't know. Thank you guys for watching that. Hopefully now you've got some idea of why we came down to Snuff Mills to do an investigation. If you feel free to come down here yourself if you're local and visit this area. Until next time, please subscribe, like and share, and if there's any other types of videos or places you want us to go to, let us know.